Alright, well here we are for basically my first flight. I've done a couple just to make sure that I got the controls working. So let's just take a mission, ignore all that. This game is very open-ended, so even if there is a goal to the mission, I don't have to follow it, I can do what I want. And what I want to do is get used to the controls. Where are all my buttons? Oh, there we go, that's what I wanted. I have everything, basically everything controllable from my joystick. Now what I could have done is I could have set it up so I'd have to worry about fuel mixture, all that kind of good stuff. I've set it so I can just press I, automatically do all that for me, because that just takes way too long to do. Now this is the IL-2, one of the most produced aircraft of all time, second actually. Ground attack aircraft had two 23mm autocannons and two 7.63s at bit. Yeah, I mean it's a very, very, very good aircraft. It has huge wings, which means that it's going to be a very stable aircraft to fly, very easy. Which is why I'm starting out with it. Alright, so one of the first things that... Oh, fired my guns there accidentally. Make sure that joystick is working. See my flaps out there, or ailerons, not flaps. Can't see directly behind me, so I can't check that there, but I'll assume that's okay. What could go wrong? So now let's throttle up a little bit. See, everything here works like it would in real life. And we're gonna start moving here. I don't want to put it up too much too fast, otherwise I'm going to start... See, I'm not touching the joystick right now, but it's turning. That's because of the way an engine works, it turns, so it's also going to turn the aircraft. I have to counteract that with my rudder pedals down there. I don't have actual rudder pedals, but my flight stick that I'm using has a Z-axis, which is twisting, which controls my rudders for me. Flaps to take off. Let's throttle up a little bit more. See that as I add power to the engine, torque really starts to take off. It's pulling me to my right now. Gentle movements is what it's all about in an aircraft. Getting enough speed that I can, my tail doesn't have to be on the ground. Okay, full power. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. You see that I'm 110% instead of 100%. That's what's called War Emergency Power, or WEP. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's extra power for if you're in a war emergency. Generally you should run at about 80 though. For takeoff and landing you're going to run a little bit higher. So now, I still haven't figured out which of these is my altitude meter. I don't read Russian, so, ooh. What's happening? It's shaking a bit. Is that it there? If I nose down, what happens? Yep, that's it. Alright. So, combat, this thing's a ground attacker, so it really doesn't fly that high. I believe, what's it called? Cruise altitude of it is about 1 kilometer, so let's climb up there. We're not going to go on an attack mission, I'm just going to climb to altitude, fly around a little bit, and then land again. Hopefully land. Got my landing gear. Where's my landing gear? There it is. You can see that little indicator in the corner there go away. You can still see it right there. I'm using my joysticks. Whoops. I have a kind of control thing on my joystick that allows me to look around without using my mouse. But I can use my mouse if I want. And obviously the mouse is a lot more precise than joystick. Because joystick is just a bunch of buttons that help me look around. Alright, this is going to be really boring, but I can't really avoid that. The sun's really bright there too. So yeah, takeoff really isn't that difficult unless you, well, messed it up. It's more landing that's difficult. See, I'm running my engines too hard, overheating that. Let's get that down there. Where's my temperature gauge, actually? That might be helpful. That in the center screen there is my pitch, I believe. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Is that my artificial? I think that, oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I only pay attention to so much at once. Where's my temperature meters? I really wish I read my Russian. Alright, well, pretty high already. A little bit above cruising out. Oh my goodness, a little bit above cruising altitude. Oh well. But yeah, if you read my last blog post, you know a little bit about this aircraft. Its armor structure. You can see some of the armor plating in the glass here. The different lines through it are where the different panes intersect. That way, if one gets shattered, your entire windscreen doesn't get shattered. Probably a good thing. I'm not sure what I'm carrying for this flight. I believe I'm fully loaded though. It's yelling at me for my engine still. I'm not planning to get into combat for this game. Oh, there's my map. What's this button do? Nothing. Let's try to find us, I believe. I still have no idea how to work this map. Yeah, because it doesn't, I don't think it shows me anywhere on you. Uh-oh. Whoops. Oh boy, what? Okay, I accidentally turned autopilot on there. Just pressing keyboard controls right now, seeing what everything does. What did that do? That was landing gear. I also have my radiator. You see there, I just opened up my radiator. What that means is that I have more airflow going into it, which means it's going to keep the engine cooler, but it's also going to slow my aircraft down and I won't be as efficient, meaning that I'm also going to burn more fuel. See the airfield down there. In a combat situation, you want that closed because the radiator also acts as extra armor for your engine, or the radiator flap covers. Oh, there's another oh, I guess I have a squadron. See there, that's what the aircraft looks like from the outside. See there's rockets under the wings. I'm not quite sure to activate those, so I'll have to look back through my control settings and see. Here, let's take a look at that again. You can see, I believe, the outer set. You can see kind of the guns where they are. The outer set, they're right next to the landing gear. The outer set, I believe, is the bigger guns, the 23mm, and the inner set is the smaller machine guns. But yeah, it's very big aircraft, actually. Not the biggest. The biggest was, I believe, the TBF, or single-engine aircraft. Alright. I also have all my guns hooked up. Here are the smaller guns there, and then the bigger guns. I do have limited ammunition for those, but I'm not on a combat mission, so I can just do whatever. Oh. I think I just dropped a bunch of bombs. I'll have to double check that later. Alright, let's start a descent. Try to land this thing. In case you haven't read, I will also be flying out the... you can see those guys trying to follow me. I will also be flying out the B-25, medium bomber, American-made, and then the Bf-109, German-made fighter interceptor. So flying the aircraft itself is not very difficult. It's just once you get into a combat situation, that's when it starts to get difficult. Set the camera here. That way it's dead center. Just cut power a little bit. I don't know. I want to figure this out though. I will eventually. I wonder if I can control things within the cockpit with my mouse here. No, it's not. Some games you can, but maybe not this one. See, my squadron's going to try to keep up with me, because technically we should be under the attack of something, but we're not. Might as well have some fun. We're not going to go on an attack mission, but we're just going to have a little bit of fun flying around. Just got to be careful not to stall the aircraft, because that would be really, really quite bad. Deploy plats for a slightly tighter turn. Ooh, I was right in the edge of stall there. Let's see if we can do a bridge limbo. Nah, I'm not going to attempt that this soon. Now, this isn't my first air combat game. I play another game called War Thunder, which has different types of battles. It does have a simulator battle, but again, that's more of a game than this is a simulator. There's also different. Oh, you can see the shadow down there. There's also different modes. Some more casual than others. Two of them are mouse controlled. I play one of those quite often. Enjoy it a lot. And I have flown the IL-2 out in that, so I know generally how it acts. Some factories down there. There's the airfield. So we want to cut power. Deploy the flaps to the maximum setting. Careful not to go too fast, or you might actually rip your flaps off, which would not be a good thing. Same thing for your landing gear. This is not going to end well. I can tell you that right now. See the indicators there? Here, it'll go down if I put my gear down. Uh-oh. Getting a bit closer to the ground here. Is that a little bit more power? Ooh. Ooh. I feel... that tree came really close, I believe. I'm not sure. Alright, so this might actually go okay. Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Oh, wait. Ooh. I can't remember what brakes are. What was that? Oh, those were brakes. There we go. I believe... What's eject? Just so we can see outside of the aircraft. I'll turn the engine off. There we go. Let's actually take a look at the controls real quick. Yeah, I probably won't be doing anything else in the video, so you can just end now if you're not interested. See, stabilizer, rudder, trim. There's the mixture, magneto, supercharger, individual engine control, all sorts of good stuff. Flaps, Cowler armor flaps, yep. We use those. Air brakes, wheel brakes, left tail wheel. Jettison drop tanks will be useful later if we ever have to go on a long range mission. Arresting hooks are for aircraft carriers. We will not be dealing with those, because I don't want to deal with those. It would be terrible. It would end up in multiple deaths. Gun sight, right click. Fire, yep. That's for your gunner. Wide view. Oh, yeah, it's gun sight view. Toggle. Pocket, no cockpit, external. Did I turn on external views? I don't remember. Bailout control E. Alright, so we can do that. We want to. Time acceleration. That's fun to mess around with sometimes. Oh boy. Alright, well that's all I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, I did turn on external views. But yeah, there's our aircraft. Graphics are slightly subpar because this game came out in 2004, I want to say, maybe 2006. I believe that's actual graphic glitch on the nose here. It's not supposed to be that color. What do these buttons do? Ooh, that's kind of a cool view. Internal view. Now if we do Control E, he jumps out. Or he will jump out. There he goes. Oh, man. When you bail out, that's when your aircraft is either on the ground and on fire and about to explode, or falling from the sky in a fireball. So this is generally what you would want to do if you didn't land the aircraft as perfectly as I did. I obviously landed it perfectly. Well, thanks for watching my first flight. I'll see ya.